What is up? It's NFL Week 12. It's Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Ryan Weisse, and this is Club Fantasy's Streams of the Week. You'll notice a little bit different background. It is Thanksgiving. I have family in town. I'm hiding from them right now, but I wanted to make sure I got this video made for you guys. To put it bluntly, last week was so terrible. The last 2 weeks haven't been great. I'm thankful that you're still tuning in at this point, but we're going to do a little bit better. Talking about last week, you only got 17 fantasy points if you started my top three guys. Unacceptable. I'm not going to make excuses. We only hit on 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 2 defenses, just by far our worst week of the year, and that was coming off of a not great week 10. We need to bounce back in week 12. Let's see if we can get some Thanksgiving magic, which just want to throw out there. None of the players I'm listing in today's video, not by coincidence, are not available, or did not play on the Thursday game. So they should still be all available going into your Sunday games. Quick reminder of what I do. I'm going to give you my top 5 options at quarterback, tight end, and defense, all available in 50% or more of Yahoo leagues after waivers have run on Wednesday. We go from 5 to 1, 1 being my stream of the week. Let's dive in at quarterback. Number 5 is going to be Daniel Jones taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Not a great game for Jones against Tampa Bay, who typically should have had a great game, but this is a division game. I still like the Philadelphia Eagles, but I look for Jones to maybe get something done in garbage time. The Eagles give up points to the fantasy quarterback. Number 4, Tyrod Taylor taking on the New York Jets. The Jets are a hit and miss team, but Houston's actually played pretty well lately. I love what Taylor can get done with his legs, and the Jets give up top 10 points to the fantasy quarterback. Number 3 is going to be Mac Jones taking on the Tennessee Titans. Mac let me down as my stream of the week last week, but I think I have this feeling this is going to be a Bill Belichick beatdown game of the Titans. Don't like much what we're going to see from them this week, and I think it's going to translate to a good Mac Jones game, recovering from what he did last week and maybe getting back to what he did in week 10. Number 2 is going to be Carson Wentz taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think this could be a high-scoring game. Tampa Bay's defense typically gives up a lot of points to the fantasy quarterback. And then number 1 is going to be Taylor Heinke taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Heinke dropped 3 touchdowns last week. Seattle's defense is suspect. I feel really good about this one. We're going to move over to the tight ends. Number 5 is going to be Dan Arnold. What the hell, man? Taking on the Miami Dolphins. Has to be a bounce-back week, right? What other analysis do we need? He's been seeing a ton of targets. Let's see those again. Definitely not a goose egg. Number 4 is going to be Evan Ingram taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. While I do like Philadelphia, I do think there are going to be points scored in this game in the fourth quarter. It's death, it's taxes, and it's tight ends scoring against the Eagles. Shout out to Kira Wojciechowski. Number 3 is going to be Austin Hooper taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Hooper was, I think, the leading receiver for the Browns in just about every category last week. I look for that to continue this week. Baltimore terrible against tight ends. Number 2 is going to be Logan Thomas coming off of the IR, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Thomas should step right into a second receiver type role behind Terry McLaurin for the Washington football team. I think it's going to be a good game for them on offense. And then number 1 is going to be Pat Fryermuth taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't quite know why Fryermuth is available in as many leagues as he is, but the Bengals can be beat at tight end. We saw that with Darren Waller last week. They typically do well against the fantasy tight end. I think Fryermuth continues the trend and has a good week this week. Jumping over to defense, we're going to have the Miami Dolphins at 5 taking on the Carolina Panthers. While Cam has been electric as the starter for the Panthers, they haven't scored a lot of points in the last 2 games, and Cam hasn't turned the ball over yet. I think that changes this week. I think we see sacks. I think we see turnovers. I think we see a good outing for the Miami Dolphins. Number 4 is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants in that division game. Daniel Jones is going to get sacked. He's going to turn the ball over. It's just going to be, can the Eagles slow down the running game? I think they're going to have a decent week. Number 3 is going to be the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. And this one's a little bit risky because the Chargers put up a ton of points last week. I think in this division game, again, anything could happen. I think Denver's going to have their number a little bit better than the Pittsburgh Steelers did. Number 3, another division game, the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. While I do like Pat Fryermuth and I like a lot of the Steelers pass catchers, I do think Big Ben will turn the ball over. I do think he's going to get sacked quite a bit. I think the Bengals are going to be able to make up for giving up points by forcing turnovers, and we could even see a defensive touchdown. And then number 1 is going to be the Houston Texans taking on the New York Jets. The Jets offense, we don't even know who's starting at quarterback. It sounds like it's going to be Zach Wilson, but Houston's defense has been quite good the last couple weeks, and I look for that to continue. I'm going to skip the standard outros and promos in my outro because you can already hear my dog barking in the background, and honestly, I just want to get out of this video without having to do another take. It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you guys for tuning in. I'd be thankful if you'd hit the subscribe button. And you know what? Good luck this week, even if you are playing me. Happy Thanksgiving.